The delegation I was with, there were a number of women who included skilled professionals who are familiar with dealing with extreme psychological and physical trauma, and they were able to have closed private sessions with the women who are suffering from extreme injuries and trauma in the camps. And that team also visited people who are in extreme situations as far as their health is concerned. And although I said that many of the women prefer not to discuss openly what has happened to them, some women have definitely decided to speak out. And so there was an example here of a woman who very generously, I feel, came to speak to our delegation, both men and women, about her situation. When the army attacked this woman's village, she was forced into a house with other women. And the troops then set fire to the house and burnt all of them to death except this one woman. And you can see it's not so obvious, but perhaps you can begin to see the outlines of the scarring on the side of her face, and she's deeply traumatized. Now, I was contacted by this woman, Sabina Yasmin, who is one of Bangladesh. She is the only female photojournalist in Bangladesh who has consistently followed the story of the Rohingya. And I was extremely touched. She contacted me. She knew that our delegation was there. And she said, "I'd like to offer my photographs to you if you can use them in any way." So I'm going to use a number of her pictures here. I want to be absolutely clear. These pictures are not necessarily the pictures of women who've suffered the extreme abuse, but it is highly likely that, as with almost all the people in the camps, they are witnesses to it. So, first a few statistics. More than half of the people who are affected by this crisis are women and girls. And the human rights organization Human Rights Watch says that 80% of all the most recent arrivals in the camps are exclusively women and children. Mothers with newborn children have arrived without any fresh clothing, and pregnant women are malnourished, often after walking for days without food. United Nations workers have helped deliver 1,827 babies in the camps in the last 6 months, and have provided after-birth care, antenatal care for more than 51,000 Rohingya women. The United Nations organization, which is dedicated to the empowerment of women, which is called UN Women, says that almost every woman or girl who has fled here is either a survivor of or a witness to multiple incidents of sexual assault, rape, or gang rape. They have witnessed murder through mutilation or burning alive of a close family member or neighbor. Now this is a remarkably heroic woman. She is Ms. Yang Hee Lee. She's the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in Myanmar. Her most recent report was in March, that's last month, and her report is written in the formal language of the United Nations. And I would like to share 2 sentences with you from her report. The Special Rapporteur notes credible allegations of widespread sexual violence committed by the Tatmadaw, the Myanmar Army, and other security forces against women and girls, including gang rape involving multiple perpetrators. The Special Rapporteur listened to personal accounts from survivors and family witnesses describing women and girls killed after being raped, including burned alive in their homes, unable to escape while they were unconscious for